Looks like I have to talk about the weird stuff again. I'm starting to think you guys like finding out about stuff like this. And numbers don't lie, guys. Well, you're in luck. Due to the comments in that video, I found some pretty ridiculous wonky cartoons that could apply here. And since I didn't do it last video, I'll drop this disclaimer since people were dropping think pieces in the comments. So, disclaimer. Everything I say is not fact, nor am I being accusatory of any creator. This is all how I feel, and for the most part, my wording is exaggerated for entertainment purposes. I will in fact indulge you to come to your own conclusions. Thank you. Now that's out of the way, we can get into the actual video. This show is the epitome of subliminal adult humor. I haven't really watched this show myself growing up, considering that it only aired in a few places like Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, and France. Bunny Maloney is a French animation made by, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce this, so I'm gonna just put this on the screen. And it debuted in France on June 29th, 2009. You probably seen it on Kabillion. The main three bunnies are named Bunny Maloney, Candy Bunny, and Jean-Francois. Fun fact, this show was at first supposed to be a teen/adult show, but they made it a kids show for some reason. I don't know what the move was for that, but here we are.
Fuck them kids.
They did not try to be subtle with these jokes whatsoever. It'll go from like pretty funny to, why would you put this here? Luckily for us, TV Tropes did all the research for me and has every instance in what episode it happened in. We'll start with the episode Bunny's Big Hit. From what it says, Bunny is trying to pull a character named Louis out of a cannon, and Louis is just moaning and saying, "Oh yes, harder," and to make things worse, it looks like Bunny is cracking him.
I just wanted to be like my hero, Bunny, but silly old me got stuck.
Is there really an echo, or are you repeating what you say 3 times for dramatic purposes?
I'm repeating what I'm saying 3 times.
Yeah, all right, yes,
Oh, yes, Bunny. Oh, yes. Harder. Yes.
Holy crap!
Call me immature, but that was pretty funny. It got a chuckle out of me. Hey man, what can I say? A silk joke would probably always make me laugh, even though this one was a little on the low-hanging fruit side of things. Speaking of, the next joke is pretty odd to make, and yes, it was 2009, and I get dark humor was big back in the day, but talk about low-hanging fruit. This one is probably the worst. It's a real joke, an implied one. I'm not even gonna explain this one. I'm gonna just put the clip on the screen and you just gotta put 2 and 2 together.
So then the mommy fish lays some eggs and the daddy fish sprays them with his special daddy spray. And a few weeks later, some babies are born.
Real talk. How the hell do you even get away with this? Yeah, this show is just sex jokes galore and it's probably gonna be the tamest on this list. So. And before anyone says it, yes, this is a cop-out. Yes, I'm beating a dead horse. Yes, I need content. So think of it as a little quick review of why this show is or has this quote-unquote reputation that it has. Ren and Stimpy, made by this weirdo. And by the end of this section, you will probably sympathize with me. Debuted on August 11, 1991, and its last episode was on October 20th, 1996, leaving it with 5 seasons and 52 episodes to the additional 93 segments. And this show got away with a lot of crazy moments, as you all might know. This show's reputation is rightfully earned, dipping its toes into gross out humor, slick sexual humor, some dark humor, and you guessed it, more gross out humor. You can really tell I love gross out humor, huh? Everybody pretty much knows the Ren crash out scene where he's using so much of his willpower to not actually go through with killing Stimpy. You know the clip.
I'm so angry. First, I'm gonna tear your lips out. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna gouge your eyes out.
I want to talk about an episode that wasn't aired at all, called Naked Beach Frenzy. This time, this show switched audience, so a lot of the misogyny and just straight out perversion displayed in this one episode makes a little sense until you realize even back then people had just as an issue with this, like how we would have a problem with it if it came out now. But cutting through all that, we're getting to the infamous shower scene, which Ren and Stimpy bathe the girls in very suggestive ways, and some just actually directly sexual. Keep in mind, Ren has been harassing a bunch of women on this beach all day until this point, so him getting what he wants in the end is kinda wild. But that's the end of the episode. Now, let's talk about the creator. John K, as people like to call him because his last name is painfully strange to pronounce out loud, has some pretty serious and degenerative allegations from two girls who also worked on Ren and Stimpy, one named Robin Bird and another named Katie Rice, who he presumably groomed while both were teenagers, Robin being 14 at the time and Katie being 17, 18 at the time. He touched Robin inappropriately while she lived with him while he sexually harassed Katie in the workplace. Now, remember that episode we just got done covering? One of the girls in the shower scene apparently was voiced by Katie themselves and is literally drawn to look like her. Allegedly. Insane. We're finally here at the final boss of the wildest things you can put into a kid's cartoon. The one, the only, Totally Spies. You already know how this is gonna go. First episode debuting November 3rd, 2001, and its final episode being February 10th, 2008, with a total of 182 episodes and 7 seasons. This show is known so much for the fetish content, someone literally made an entire graph of which episode, what fetish, and what girl it involves. And FYI, I'm not going to cover everything that's on that graph. I'm just going to cover the ones that are pretty horrible and pretty confirmed in my opinion. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with the episode Child's Play, which is inappropriately appropriate to start, I guess. Here's a little synopsis for the episode. A villain is making all the adults in the world act as children, using evil technology disguised as old-fashioned toys, particularly in the form of a Barbie-inspired doll called Little Anne. Sam is also affected, becoming a woman-child in behavior. And I know what you're thinking. Casper, it's not that serious. How could this be a fetish? You're just making things up. Shut up! I don't care, bro. This is the same show that made one of the girls obese and she just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. A lot of DDLG vibes going on in this episode. And like excluding the DD part, just LG. If you know, you know. Oh, in this show loves brainwashing these girls for some reason. So I give this episode little girl roleplay and brainwashing. Kind of crazy. I've also recently found out that the theme song used in season 1 originally was about a girl being down for every kink. And I'm not sure that I'll be able to play that song in the video, but I'll link it in the description. The next episode I will talk about is called Passion Patties. I'm pretty sure you guys already know how this episode is, so I'm gonna do my due diligence and explain it the best way I can in the best Casper fashion. So Girl Scout cookies. Girl likes Girl Scout cookies. She gets addicted. She keeps getting fat in one day and then she becomes obese. Cookies. She gets fat. And big girl fetish. I'm completely sorry about how long this video took to come out because I promised it, like, I think I was on Twitter and I said, hey, this video finna come out last week. It did not come out last week, obviously, but it's coming out this week. I apologize for that. I want to make my videos a little bit quicker. I want to reach the 1K by March. I already said it would, and I'm not gonna let that fall through and whatnot. I'm gonna do my best to get there, and I need y'all help for that. You know what I'm saying? Give me praises. Send this video to like people that you know who will be interested and stuff like that. But I just want to get to 1K before like the end of March. I like to say. But thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.